Have you ever thought about the invisible weight each of us carries to prove what we're capable of? That's exactly the symbolism brought to life in Naruto. When Rock Lee removed his training weights during the fight against Gaara, it wasn't just a fight scene, it was the consecration of dedication, discipline, and faith in oneself, even when everyone around insisted he had no talent. Rock Lee was always a different character in the ninja world. In a universe where everyone stood out for mastering ninjutsu or genjutsu, Lee had none of that. He was the boy born without special gifts, without the dazzling techniques that earned others recognition. But instead of giving up, he chose the hardest path. Pure taijutsu. Every punch, every kick, every drop of sweat was the result of determination that defied logic. And when he faced Gaara, the genius shielded by invincible sand, it seemed like the outcome was already decided. How could someone like Lee defeat a prodigy with absolute defense? But then, the magic happened. Before the stunned crowd, Lee dropped his training weights. And they weren't ordinary weights, they were so heavy that when they hit the ground, they left a crater. It was as if he had dropped not just the metal, but every doubt, every voice that told him he wasn't enough. In that instant, the entire arena changed. The audience was in shock. His opponents felt the impact. And Gaara, for the first time, realized he was facing something that couldn't be measured by inherited gifts or special techniques. He was facing the pure force of dedication. Rock Lee moved so fast that the eye could barely follow. It was as if every strike screamed, "I may be different, but I am not less." That moment wasn't just about physical strength, it was about breaking limits. It was about showing that true power doesn't lie only in talent, but in the will to turn weakness into a weapon. Rock Lee didn't need magic, he didn't need tricks, he only needed himself, his persistence. And in many ways, that's far more inspiring than any legendary jutsu mid-video promotion. And since we're talking about overcoming limits and dedication, here's a tip that can also transform your routine: the Dell XPS Fit. This professional laptop is simply incredible for those who need performance and portability. With an impressive display, plenty of power, and an elegant design, it's the kind of tool that keeps up with any challenge, whether creative work, complex projects, or even leisure. If you want to take your performance to the next level, the XPS 15 is like dropping the weights of productivity. Back to Lee. It's impossible not to get chills remembering the expressions of everyone watching. Even the masters, seasoned in epic battles, were left speechless. Because in that moment, Rock Lee wasn't just fighting Gaara, he was fighting the idea that, without talent, there can be no victory. He was fighting against the prejudice of a world that values natural gifts over effort. And even when his body could no longer endure, even with bones broken and the battle seemingly lost, Lee still stood. It was as if every part of him screamed that giving up was not in his nature, and that is Rock Lee's true power: to inspire. To show that effort can, indeed, confront the impossible. This episode became one of the most memorable in Naruto, not only for the fight itself but for what it represents. Every viewer who watched that moment carried with them a lesson. You may not be the most talented, but if you have discipline, faith, and courage, you can overcome barriers that once seemed insurmountable. Rock Lee didn't win just with kicks and punches. He won with his soul. He proved that a man's brilliance doesn't lie in what he's born with, but in what he chooses to build throughout life. But here's the big question. When it's your turn to face the impossible, will you hide behind the weights that hold you back? Or will you have the courage to let them fall and show your true speed?